have our own path. We all have our own journey. And you each do what you do. And maybe what Ari does doesn't work for me. And I do something different, you know. And what fucking, Mick Betancourt does, but we all strive to have success in certain ways. When I got here, I would talk to comics that's all they would do all day. It's badmouth other comics. And I never understood it. I told the story on stage the other day. That's why I don't like Bill Cosby. Listen, you're not going to get along with everybody. I don't get along with everybody. But because of personality conflicts, maybe, a lot of people don't like me because of my personality. But it's very rare when you look at a comic and I see it. I see it from a lot of comics who hate comics over jealousy.
Right.
Because they've gotten things that somebody else hasn't gotten. Greg Proops has a tremendous career. Tremendous. And I watched him on that fucking Whose Line Is It? I mean, listen, improv comedy is not my cup of fucking tea. I don't have the utmost whatever towards it because it's a group, whatever, and I'm up there by myself, so I really don't comprehend it. But I don't badmouth it. I enjoy watching it. It's just not for me. I went to Improv Olympic. Did you know that?
No, yeah.
I took like 2 semesters, 2 classes of writing, intro to sketch writing and writing 2 or something.
Okay.
And I felt that my practical skill from stand-up had taught me more than the book type smart that they were trying to teach me.
Right. Well, from listening to podcasts, it seems like a lot of comics do improv, but they do it earlier in their career. Maybe you've just been doing stand-up for so long that you didn't need what improv was trying to teach you.
Well, I was improving on stage my first 4 years.
Right.
I went up there with nothing. I would just, and it sucks. When it's good, it's really good. But when it's bad, it's really fucking bad not to have a path. You always have to have a path. And I would go up there. Even great improvisers would go up and let's say you have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's tremendous. I would go up there with nothing. So some people have like improvising. They have a bit and they improvise. Then they have another bit and they improvise. And don't get me wrong. There's times I'll improvise off something on stage right in the middle of that energy. That energy's cooking, so right away you run with it. But the art of improv, like the long method and all that stuff,
right? I
never really knew what that was. But when you watch him and his show, I think the fucking black guy is talented as fuck.
Wayne Brady?
Wayne Brady's a bad motherfucker. And the tall, goofy dude.
Ryan, who I didn't know, apparently it's his show now. That's what Greg said at the end of the show. It's his group.
I thought Aisha Taylor was the host on it.
I think she might be the host, but I think Ryan's been there for as long as I can remember. I remember watching it with my mom and my brother when I was really young. It was like the songs they used to do, and it was very funny.
I like when it's something spontaneous. The audience
right
really likes spontaneity. When something comes up, I mean, you feel it. You feel it. What people think they know the difference. I could go on stage and act like this is all new.
Yeah.
Because I've done it 1,000 times.
Well, it's interesting for me because I get to go a lot to the comedy clubs with you, and you laugh on stage. Like you said something at the end of the last podcast. I was just way too zonked out. Like you like when you make yourself laugh on stage, and I've seen you do the same jokes a few times. You don't laugh at the same spot of every joke, but I've seen comedians who have a spontaneous laugh or something that's just part of the bit, and that's to me that comes off as disingenuous. It's worse. Like how good it can be when you make yourself laugh. It's that much worse when you see somebody and they have the same laugh at the same moment, and it's if they do it right, it's great, but if they do it bad, it's really bad.
I've never liked the forced laughter.
Right.
When I'm doing when you're acting and you do a sitcom and they gotta laugh at the same joke 80 fucking times, that's always driven me crazy. That's always driven me. And you said something to me about a special we were watching, and the laughter was out of sync, like they added laugh tracks. You know who I think adds a laugh track, and I don't like it because the shit's funny? Daniel Tosh.
Yeah, probably.
I was watching it last night, and I thought it was a laugh track. I'm like, why does this have a fucking laugh track? I thought he shot in front of an audience.
He does shoot in front of an audience, and I did a show, one of my last shows. You know who it did? Because we saw him in Austin. Gary Owen had a show with Shaquille O'Neal on True TV a few years ago, and the EP, the executive producer of that show, created Tosh.0. So what happens a lot is, at least in my opinion, is that it probably has a laugh track because they're bringing in producers who have worked on TV for 30 years. And all they want... There's a guy... There used to be a guy who would come into the office to do the laugh track, and he comes in. He's like an 80-year-old dude with like a little computerized keyboard sort of thing. And I think it's what I was saying about the special is something you've told me to look for is when you hear laughter, but people's backs are straight up. They're not moving at all. So it's that on Tosh.0, which I like too, they probably wanted to make it seem like every joke is hysterical, where the studio audience probably
I
is
fucking
laughing.
was laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? This sounds like a laugh track. Like, they sound like they're laughing, but the tail end of the laugh sounds like it's like America's Most Wanted. America's
Funny videos that I worked on, yeah. They audio mix it, which is okay. It's called sweetening. So yeah, they probably had good laughs, but
and that's part of the editing process, sweetening.
It's part of the audio editing the audio mixing process. They sweeten every show. That's basically like the term for all mixing. But yeah, they send when they have it all ready, they send a laugh track guy in, at least for that show.
So after they tape the show,
right?
How many steps? Excuse me. How many steps do you have after you tape the actual show till the general public sees it, like on ABC, like
for America's Funniest Home Videos? It's so they tape it and they do a line cut, which means there's actually a director there and he's switching cameras. And like I just went to go see Jeopardy, and it's probably the same thing. They switch cameras live on set. And by that point, at least for America's Funniest Home Videos, they've already edited the packages together. So then they go in and they splice it in. They have some graphics they have to put in. Once the show's shot, it only takes about a week or two to edit it. The majority of the work goes in when the writers are picking the clips and they edit that together. But it's like edited in two pieces because they have to edit the clips, the funny clips. But then they have to go in and edit what they shot with the host. It's probably how Tosh.0 is edited. I would imagine they get all the clips together and it would be like a playlist for YouTube videos. It just goes one after another. And they do that. But then Tosh.0 has all those graphics you have to put in. And yeah, they probably do a laugh track. They probably do some testing and they bring some old people in or they bring some people in who have the day off from work and they enjoy the show better when there's a laugh track, so that's what they do. I understand why they do it, but it's one of the reasons why people are leaving television.
Now, in all the TV shows, do they always have consumer groups, whatever you call those groups?
Probably.
That come in?
Probably at the beginning of the show. America's Funniest Home Videos just is on season 25 right now, so honestly, they could bring anyone in to do almost any job, and it would get done just because it's been going on for so long. But yeah, they probably do. They probably have focus groups brought in, and the whole thing is about making money. So they want to make sure that the most people are going to watch it.
It's funny, when I lived in Seattle, I used to go to focus groups. That's how me and Josh both made some money.
Yeah, I'm signed up. I get the emails, but I never go in. It's like always weird ones. It's like diabetes or...
Diabetes? What do they want to know?
I don't know. I haven't read it, but...
No, but this is when you went into offices and you tasted like a beer.
Right, yeah.
And you wrote your opinion, and they pay you $75 cash at the end of the fucking thing. Like I used to do those things in Seattle. When we got there to just make ends meet as a comic. And then when you go to Myrtle Beach, there's those condo scams that you sit through them and they give you $200.
I heard that's what... Have you seen the signs around LA for $99 airfare to Hawaii?
Yeah.
That's what that is they make you sit for a timeshare. And then, because I Googled it one day. Because for people who don't know, when you drive around Los Angeles, there's these signs that say $99 airfare to Hawaii. So I Googled the number, and I found this page where people were talking about it. They bring you in to talk about a timeshare, and then let's say you went in with your wife, and you guys just said no. They'd look to your wife and be like, why do you want to be with this asshole? He doesn't take you anywhere nice. Apparently, like, they're really mean about it. But if you can make it through the meeting, you get really cheap airfare.
Pretty fucking interesting. I didn't know what the $99. I remember one day we were driving and I saw the guy spinning the sign. Yeah. And I'm like, there's a hurricane going on. This fucking knucklehead. Like 2 months ago, when a typhoon was supposed to hit, Godzilla was making a comeback. This fucking dirty dude is spinning this sign, Hawaii $99. I wanted to fucking hit him with the car. There's a hurricane going on and you're spinning a $99 sign. Ain't nobody gonna call you, cocksucker.
Oh my God.
It's true. I mean, you just see these people. You're like, what are you thinking? There's a fucking typhoon going on. It was what the fuck when the water goes back, and it comes back
High tide?
No, the other one that they were scared.
Tsunami?
Tsunami. It was a fucking tsunami. I don't know. I ain't no weather
I don't know.
forecaster, dog. What are you bothering me for?
I always feel bad when I see people working outside. And then, did you see that thing in New York that they did? They had this kid pretend to be homeless, and people kept walking by him for 2 hours, like in the snow.
No.
No? Okay.
But what do you expect? That's what New Yorkers are raised on. When you're walking in the snow, you're going to stop to help some fucking dude? If he wants to sit there and ask for nickels, that's his fucking business. Why should anybody stop? I don't know. Tell me why. Because I'm an American? I got to stop for everybody who lays on the fucking floor?
Well, no, he was like a 9-year-old kid.
Fuck him. What do you want to do? Maybe he's out there hustling, shoveling money. And nobody stopped for him.
One homeless guy did at the end of the video.
Yeah, that's why. Because he's bored to death. Nobody gives a fuck. If you're 9 and you're sitting on the corner there and nobody... What was he doing? Sitting there freezing?
Yeah, with like a little trash bag.
Oh, like what? Like he got gotten thrown out?
Yeah, like they were pretending, they were saying his parents threw him out. But it didn't make sense to me because if he was really that cold, he was in like shorts and a t-shirt, like wrapped up in a trash bag on the ground.
Oh, fuck.
But it was
maybe I got to stop. I mean, I thought you meant some kid in like a parka with sneakers on.
Oh, no, yeah, he had like no clothes on.
Oh, no, then you got to stop. And worst case now, you're selling to somebody for $10. I don't fucking I don't fucking know. What do you do with something? I mean, you live in a society where every time I wake up, there's a different coach molesting a fucking student.
Right.
Right? There's a teacher fucking this one, a coach, a parent, this, that, So in a way, I'm scared to talk to kids.
You are?
Yeah, if a kid's not my kid, what do I got to talk to him for? I don't want to say this chubby dude came over here and asked me to lick his ball. I don't need that aggravation in my life.
Well, what do you do if someone says hi to Mercy? Do you get freaked out?
An adult?
Yeah.
If I'm there, I look at what his ambition is, what his intentions are. I mean, sometimes there's a couple with their own kid, and they go, you have a cute kid. But there's a guy at the park that I know is creepy. When I take it to the one park, the North Hollywood, and I walk around the long park,
right.
There's a dude that always comes around. He's always like lurking in the shadows. And when I leave Mercy for 5 minutes, he runs up. And I had to ask him one time, what are you doing here, man? And he didn't know what the fuck, he made believe like I didn't know it, but I know his number. That motherfucker lives in a tree with lollipops in his pocket, and he fucking falls out when the parent goes to a car to get car keys or some shit. I'm telling you, he has like a creepy hat. I'll show him to you. He does. He wears like one of those people like Jimmy Buffett, like he's going to the Bahamas, one of those fucking hats. And I never see him walking around. He just always pops up when Mercy's by the fence.
Yeah, that has to be scary.
Yeah, they'll take her right to Mexico. They get fucking $200 for that little fucking pretty cute kid. These motherfuckers. How many kids are abducted in this country every year? When you hear the number, it's mind-boggling.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. Look it up if you want. Child abductions in the United States of America on a yearly basis, and then you break it down to a monthly and a weekly. It's fucking absurd what they do. And who knows what they do with these fucking kids? They ship them to other countries. Who the fuck knows? They sell them to people in other...
Are you starting to teach her? Like, what do you do with strangers? And because she's going to daycare.
She's 2 and a fucking quarter. Not even. She's 2 and 2 months. I mean, she has stranger danger, but children have natural instincts. You have natural instincts that I look at her a lot when I have friends over. I look at her a lot how she reacts because they don't know. They just go like by an energy. They're children. But Mercy's okay. This morning at the park, I had a little situation. Some kid took a fucking... I took her to the park early, like 9 in the morning. There's about 10 kids at the park, couple parents, couple Mexican nannies. They bring the food and everything, dog.
Oh, really? Oh,
How
yeah.
many abductions?
800,000.
800 fucking thousand. 800,000 abductions a year in the United States of America.
Yeah, it doesn't say if it's America or the world, but that's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of fucking kids, my friend.
And it's 200,000 were abducted by family members.
Well, yeah, let's say you go through a divorce.
Did you ever think about doing that?
No.
No? Oh, what happened? Any news?
No, she never called. That was just a smokescreen to buy herself more time, which I don't give a fuck. What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Divided by 12 equal fucking... That's 60,000 kids a month or something.
A year, maybe.
Well, it's 800,000 a year.
Yeah, so 60,000 a month.
Oh,
yeah, a month. Fuck.
Or 70,000 or 80, I don't even fucking know. I can't figure out this fucking phone with the digits and the dot damas. I did what I had to do. I'm going to continue to call.
Yeah.
I called this morning again and said, hey, thinking
Really?
about you. Yeah, man, because I got feedback from people who listen to the podcast. And
Yeah.
a lot of people. I got a very interesting one this week from a gentleman who said he never met his father. And he kept asking the mother, and the mother wouldn't tell him. And one day he went looking for the father, and what baffled him was that the father really didn't care that he even lived. And he goes, what got me about you is that you at least care. Stick in there, you know. And I don't know if she'll ever call, and she might not ever call, you know. But I opened the door, man, and that's the best you could do in this life. Opening the door for somebody, letting them know what their options are, and you put the ball in their court. And maybe she's not getting the message. What do you want me to fucking do? If she's not getting the message, hopefully when she dies, she'll go to fucking hell. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, you know.
Have you seen Gabriel's latest special, the Fluffy movie?
No, I have not.
A big part of his act, and spoiler if you're gonna watch it, because I watched it last night.
It's about his father.
Is about his father coming back.
Right. And now he doesn't.
30 years later, and he said he was freaked out, but now he's doing it. Like he's happy he did it. They have a good relationship, but apparently his son, like he adopted his son, like it's his wife's from a different guy, and apparently the guy emailed and said, "Oh, I want to see my son," and he said, "Oh, I'll wait until it's been 30 years from me." So it's, as I was watching, and I was just thinking, it's the opposite side. Like, do you ever think about how she's gonna react? It's the opposite. Like, it was the opposite side of yours.
This is why she hasn't called, because maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she doesn't know, guy. You know, and this is a lot. This is a lot to When I left in 2095, that day in the car, when me and John got into it, I really saw the damage I had done. You know, I saw the damage I had done to her, and the damage that was happening, because she was getting questioned, and she didn't, you know, she's not a Crime Stopper, so they would ridicule her. I don't know, whatever the fuck they did to her. So, listen, man, everybody's, just to open the door is fine, and just to call once a month and say, hey, listen, let her know I'm thinking about her. That's it. I know what I did, you know. I know what I did, and that's all that matters at the end of the fucking day. You move on, and you know, there's nothing that bothers me more when people take a subject, something in their life that they're doing, and that's what they focus everything around. And every time you see them, that's their focus of conversation. And that was me when this situation first happened in 95.
I'm sure, yeah.
This is all I discussed from 93 to 96. What kept me really together that whole time period, that no matter how bad I felt, for me to feel better, I'd force myself to do comedy in those days. I just not made it like it wasn't a goal, it was a forcing. And when I was out laughing, so I took that energy and I turned it into something else before it really got. So
you've been good at that. It seems like for most of your life, because with the comedy and then now with like the acupuncture, it's like it seems like you, whenever you see something in yourself that you don't like, you figure out a way to fix or try to fix it at least.
Listen, today I went to John Evans's and I did deadlifts and something else. And John and I were talking. I was doing sit-ups with a 12-pound kettlebell, where you put your arms all the way back and you do the sit-up. And,
oh my God!
And it's listen, I started with fucking nothing, and then I got an 8-pound ball, and what I do is when I go back, I lift my knees up, I push up like I'm doing jiu-jitsu and I'm buckling off.
Okay.
And since my rotator cuffs are fucked up, I get that ball and I make the ball hit the back. So I make the ball hit the back, and with the momentum, I pick myself up.
Okay.
You following me? I couldn't do that without stopping and breathing. You know, when he told me, he goes, the first time you came into that class, I watched you the first class because I was worried. He goes, after the hip escapes, I thought you were going to die.
Yeah.
But I went home and I said, I can't let that beat me. That's just, you can't let something's going to beat you. You can't beat everything. You can't be good at everything. But if you sit down and you put it into perspective and you go for it and you do what you honestly can. I try to go 2 to 3 times a week. If I go 3 times a week, my body is fucking wrecked. If I go twice a week and I spread it out and I do like light lifting during the week with some kettlebells, I'm okay, you know?
Right.
And you learn this by trying it, you know, and that's it. I never wanted to let something beat me completely. You know, I got beat up by cocaine for 30 fucking years. I finally beat that, but it took me 27 fucking years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes it takes some people longer than others. So that's the beauty of it. But no, I don't ever want to be scared of something. I don't ever want to quit something because I couldn't do it. I don't have mechanical aptitude. I will never be able to fix a car. But I'll try. I could change oil. You know, if I had to, I could change a flat, you know.
Right.
Every time I change a flat, the dude who changes flats on the 405 always gets there late.
Yeah.
You always have those guys that pull over and they get there fucking late for you, you know. So, it's just trying, man. It's just trying different things.
And then I think you started saying earlier with Mercy what happened with the toy. You had her go get her toy back. That's a huge thing because I was always a shy, nervous kid, and I still am. But I've been working on it. But I would definitely have been the kid not to go over and attack it. But so that's a cool thing that you're doing that with.
Last night, Terry and Mercy had a situation in the bedroom. I don't know what happened. Terry took something from her, and she wasn't as mad as I could see her rolling her fist. Like she gets angry, she bounces, she shakes and shit. She gets pissed, and I told my wife that I didn't mind the crying. She didn't do that. It's that little anger at the end. That's the Valdez side of her. She gets mad and whatever. I don't want Mercy to get pushed around. I don't want Mercy to ever get bullied. I don't ever want Mercy to think that she deserves to get bullied or anything like that. My mother really engraved that in me growing up. When I came from Cuba, I was very quiet and very shy until I got beat up for that fucking lunchbox, you know, and that really fucked with me. That, you know, they broke my head, they hit me in the fucking lunchbox, and I got 5 stitches in my head, or 3 stitches right fucking here, you know, so that bothered me. I joined karate. I fucking, you know, I never wanted to be in that position again. You're not going to beat up everybody. And, you know, people are going to surround you and beat you fucking up once in your life on Lancashire. But at least you know how to cover up. At least you know how to breathe as you're getting punched. At least you know these little things. And they could save your life. You know, a lot of people say that, you know, self-defense classes really don't help you. You get something out of them that could save your life one night. You know, I go to jiu-jitsu. I used to go over at VMAC, and there's a little Filipino guy, little John De La Vera, little Filipino nurse, you know. And he posted something on Facebook that jiu-jitsu really works, that some guy came into his thing and was out of control, and he subdued him with side control. And he held him there till he had help, and the cops came and stuff. So it saved everybody around him, you know.
Right.
And that was it, Lee. When I got beat up that time, that really fucked with me. And somebody told me in Miami, a friend of my mom's, that's what changed me. She goes, you went from fucking being a quiet, shy kid, that lunchbox hit you, and fucking everything changed. You just got hit, and you never wanted that again. And when I used to hang out at Mercy's house, Mercedita's house, this lady in Miami, on 148th, her and her mother, when my stepdad shot the dude, when I used to hang out in that neighborhood, you fought every day over something. You argued, you pushed somebody, and I think that's what I liked, that I was forced to push and stick up for myself. And the kids you ran with, you couldn't just say, I don't feel like fighting today.
Right.
You know, remember, a fight when you're fucking 19 and a fight when you're 10 or 11 is 2 different things.
Right.
You know, you follow me? There's no malice when you're 10 or 11. It's just 2 kids duking it out until somebody gets a bloody nose or a punched lip. You're not going to die.
Right.
You're not going to die. So I was aware of that.
Oh, okay.
So I didn't want people ever touching my basketball. You know, I didn't want people taking my ball. You know, there's a lot of people that do weird things to you when you're playing as a kid, you know?
Yeah. I saw this video today, and I forget. I don't know what it was, but it was like one of those funny vines, or supposed to be funny. But this kid was going up and messing with a girl, and it really bugged me because that happened to me a lot. It wasn't. I got teased every once in a while, but the stuff that bothers me more than anything is like you know when I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you, stuff like that. Like people would do that, like go up and mess with you, I look back on it. The only fight I ever really got in wasn't even really a fight. It was like I was like a junior or senior in high school, and he was bigger than me, but he was like a freshman, kept like bugging me, and he would like turn the lights off in the locker room. And one day I just got sick of it, and I took him. I didn't even punch him. I just slammed him against the lockers, and nothing even happened. I got suspended. But looking back on it, I wish I had done that more. Like we talked about a while ago, how I didn't like how somebody dealt with me in the locker room. Maybe I forget what even happened. But ever since then, I'm trying to do that, and I would hate for Mercy or any kid to sometimes I'll be going to sleep and I'll remember something that someone said and I fucking hated, and I'll think of something I could say. So it's like, and it's not that my parents maybe they didn't instill this in me or whatever, but maybe I was just too shy. But I think it's important. I would never want anyone to like feel bad about being teased, and a lot of that's going on. Like this in Boston this past week, this girl's getting charged with murder because one of her friends was suicidal and she told him to do it, and like he did it, and he was like 16, and I could never imagine.
What neighborhood? Quincy or something?
No, it was like out a little bit out in the suburbs.
Really? No shit.
Yeah, and it was just like.
Well, man, listen.
I can't imagine kids committing suicide.
Different, when you're a kid, you have so many fucking things going through your head. When you're a kid, man, you have so many different things and so many different insecurities. I mean, it's a fucking horror show.
Yeah.
It really is hard to be a kid, I had a fucked up day yesterday, and I can't lie to anybody. Between the mushroom hungover and it wasn't nothing bad. I got a call at 10 to 6 yesterday morning. I was up. I was in the living room writing, drinking coffee, minding my own business. And I got a call from Anthony Veneri, the assemblyman,
Right.
And we spoke for like 20 minutes, and it was all laughing. I mean, we just laughed about music and the things we used to do, And it perturbed me that I don't have those type of relationships no more. But it also let me know something that I knew for a long time, that I think that this is the topic of the book. It's those from 79 to 83. I can't tell you what was going through my mind.
Had your mom had passed away, right?
Yeah, but having those friends really saved my life. I mean, a lot has happened since this Bobby Christina thing. It's made me understand who the fuck I was. And it's made me understand what happens to people. And if you're tight with your mom, when your mom passes, it does something to your insides, or anybody passes. It just, a death is very weird on people.
Especially that young.
And it affects people, especially when they're your whole world. When you have a parent or a sibling or somebody who's your whole world, doesn't even have to be a fucking parent. Why do I keep repeating that? It could be anybody who means that the world to you, man. They were your world. You suffer when they die. You really suffer. It's a hard thing for some people. They really can't cope.
I think it happens with animals too.
Happens with animals, but it basically happens. I read something that a couple 2 weeks ago died a few hours apart.
Right.
Did you read that?
Yeah, holding hands. Yeah.
It really affects people a certain way, and I know a lot of people who listen to the podcast have suffered deaths. I get things every day from people. That first 2 years is very rough. It's very rough. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and those unanswered questions fucking could eat you alive.
Like what questions were you asking?
Could I help? How did this happen? God, how could this happen? I go to church every week. I pay taxes. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Joe Schmo, a good American who wakes up, who really believes in the system, and all of a sudden some night some guy runs a red light and kills his wife. You know what happens to that fucking guy? Do you have any fucking idea what happens to that fucking guy? First he starts saying, why was she out? Maybe she was going to get milk or something because he didn't stop and get it. There's so many fucking things, and there's so many different ways to beat yourself up. And so with this Bobby Christina thing, it hit home with me because it let me know I can't lie to nobody. I never thought about committing suicide, and I just got this email about 3 weeks ago. Did I ever think of killing myself? I never thought of jumping off a bridge. I never thought of hanging myself. I never thought of slitting my wrist. But I think deep down inside, if I would have OD'd, I would have been fine with it after my mother died. And when I was 17, I OD'd at Joe Lucci's backyard. Yeah.
On what, coke?
Everything. Quaaludes, coke, alcohol. I went to a party and I got overexcited like a 16-year-old girl does sometimes. You ever go to a party and there's a 16-year-old girl who drank 2 Zimas and she's passed out? We all got overexcited one night. And at this time, I had been drinking and doing drugs. I was, let me just tell Zach. Zach, my brother, I forgot to tell you, we're doing a fucking podcast. But when I get out of here, I'll give you a call. Let me about 4:30, all right, kid? All right, killer, bye. My little brother, Zach.
Is that Zach from the Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah. I got some stuff from him. I got a rash guard from him. And I told him, and then on the way here, I go, what the fuck did I tell him that for? I got to do a podcast. But ever since that's happened to Bobby Christine, it strengthened how, that what I was feeling wasn't Like I said, I didn't want to die. I didn't want to jump out a window and say, take me. No. But if I would have got... I remember the night that North Bergen won the state championship. I took a hit of acid, like strong acid, and I was walking down the street, and I almost got hit by a car. Like a couple of friends of mine, like, he was 2 inches. And they pushed me out of the way, you know. And I remembered that night. I remember the couple of nights.
Were you trying to get hit?
I don't know, Lee. I don't know. I don't know what I was going through, you know. In those days, the end of the night felt, I didn't want the night to end in those days. I would go out with my friends, and on that walk home when I was by myself, that was it. That's when it took over. That's when the pain finally caught up. When you wake up in the morning, you wake up without somebody, whether you get a divorce, you get separated, you wake up with this fucking knot in your stomach, you know?
Do you think if your mom had survived, you would have done coke for as much or as long as you did?
Who the fuck knows? You wake up with this fucking knot in your stomach, right, Lee? You know, of missing that person.
Yeah.
And once you get your day going, the fucking feeling goes away. Once you get involved in different things, your friends, work, yeah, let's party Friday night, that's all. And then you meet your friends and you start drinking. Once the pain starts to creep up about 5 o'clock, it's going to be okay because it's happy hour somewhere. And you can do a couple shots and you could fucking probably take a Valium to calm you down. Then you go out with your friends and you drink and you smoke and they make you laugh. And maybe you hear a song that reminds you of that person that you've been thinking about all day. And then when you fucking go home, that's when that's when you know, what's that song by the Ghetto Boys? 4 walls just staring at a bro. You know, that's it. You have 4 walls staring at you. And you're alone. And that's when you're alone, that's when all that shit crashes on you. And here you are with your little coke or your alcohol or whatever the fuck it is, and you that's pain. That's pain. That's missing somebody, you know. It's horrible. And I know what it's like. So, you know, they found her in a tub, you know, just like the fucking mother. She's still in the fucking coma.
Right.
I mean, what was that girl? I don't know if they're going to charge the boyfriend or not. What I do know is that girl was having a hard fucking time. She was having a hard time with it. And she had money. You know, it's not like me that there was no Social Security. There was no fucking will. There was no fucking insurance policy. There was nothing. You know, this girl lived a lavish life. You know, she had money. She had, you know, so my heart goes out to her, man. I feel fucking horrible. But at the same time, it taught me what I was going through. And I'm very thankful that I had those kids in my life for those 3 years, you know.
Right.
Lee, I never wanted to put none in my fucking nose growing up. And there was always a reason. I thought that once it was okay to smoke pot. It was okay to do acid. It was okay to drink. It was okay to do all those things. But once you put something up your nose, that was the end. And I started putting shit up my nose maybe 1978, maybe when I was about 15. I started fucking around 14 with that THC crystal, which is like angel dust, and you snort it. I didn't do coke till October, like a week before my mother died. It was the first time I had ever done coke with loops.
Wow.
Would I had done it? No, because I think the coke, they have a word for that when you snort coke. It's self-medicate. I don't know.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, I think I would have snorted till as long as I did, because that's how long it took me to get rid of the pain or to learn to live with it. You know, and I was like 5 years overdue. You know, it was like when I got over my mother and I got divorced. When I got over the divorce, and I had to get over the losing of my daughter, like how I was letting this happen. I wasn't mad because I wasn't a part of her life. I was mad at myself for letting this happen, for letting this get to this part. But what was I going to do? What do you want me to do? Kill people? I couldn't do that.
Right.
That was the only rage I could use to get even, and I wasn't going to let a child get raised with no parents how I was raised. So it was a no-win option. I had to just, all I could do was get stronger, which is the whole purpose. Even as a comic, all you could do is get stronger. You know, you don't have a TV show, nobody's talking to you, fine. There's ups and valleys in life. There's peaks and valleys,
right.
And there's peaks and valleys in fucking careers. But you're steady. You keep doing what you're doing every fucking day. You keep writing your jokes. You keep lifting your weights. You keep whatever, making those calls. You keep doing what you do, no matter what's going on. I don't give a fuck. I do the same boring shit every day. I do the same shit every day that needs to be done, Lee, you know? and it's boring, and I don't like doing it. But I know that's what takes me to the next fucking level, you know.
Right.
And it has. You know, how do you get funny? By fucking getting on stage and writing, and shedding the fat off your body that you're hiding. You know, when you first start become a comedian, you just say these little fucking weird jokes. Then as you evolve, you talk about the pain of what you're going through.
Right.
And it takes getting on stage. Same thing with jiu-jitsu. I suck at jiu-jitsu because I can't do jiu-jitsu 4 or 5 times a week, 6 months straight without going on the road or something. But if I could commit myself to jiu-jitsu, I know what you put in is what you get out.
Right.
You don't see it right now. It might take 3 years. It might take 6 years. It might take 11 years. But it's going to happen if you stick it out,
Right. And then it's I watched this really interesting documentary last night. And I didn't think I was going to like it. But it was about the YouTube stars, like the people who are on YouTube making videos. And so many of them talked about they would keep doing this if they weren't making money from it. And it's kind of like what you were just talking about. You have to do it to get the results, but you also want to be doing something that you would do without the money. Like
Right.
I know you don't want to, like, you would still do comedy if no one paid you.
Yeah, I'd still do comedy. I'd still do this. I'd still do 1,000 things.
Right.
I still do 1,000 things because I love doing it. If you don't love doing it for free, even if they pay you, it's not going to work out for you. You really got to get out. And there's some people who love changing tires.
Yeah.
There's some people who, you go into a restaurant, man, and they're a tremendous fucking waiter or waitress. They just really care. They just really believe. You know who's faking the funk?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, I've always never believed in faking the funk. Go up there and give it everything you got. You only get one shot at this. My mom fell through on a couple things with me, and a lot of moms do because nobody's the perfect parent.
Right.
But she instilled that in me, Lee, to never let somebody in your private space, to stick up for, there's a point. You can't get mad at everybody and everything. You can't yell at everything. But when somebody is intruding on your space, somebody is purposely going out of their way,
Right.
And you have to stop them. And the more you let, it's not going to work out for you. You have to, and there's 2 ways. You pull them aside and you tell them the truth, and that's one way. Or then after that, you got to hit them with a fucking beer bottle. I don't fucking know, but you have to, and that's what this place doesn't really, people in this town really don't want to hear that. They want to, if you say something, you're a bad person. Or you have a bad fucking attitude. Nobody wants to get checked. I hate that word checked. Nobody wants to get spoken to about something, So it happens, man.
Yeah. Why don't you like the word checked?
It just sounds too fake. Like I checked them and shit. What do you play hockey? They fucking check cocksucker. What's going on? What are you gonna do with Mama this weekend?
We're watching House of Cards because I was gone last weekend.
So that's it. 3 fucking days.
Well, no, it's not gonna take 3 days. It's like 13 episodes, so it's like a day and a half.
So it's all 13?
Yeah.
And you watch them all?
Fuck yeah.
And what do you do while you watch? You get high? You do anything? You rub her feet?
No, I had dick afternoon today though. That was fun.
Did you really give Mama a stabbing this afternoon?
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have beat you up about this, you would have really. Yeah,
No,
let's go
I
eat
was
lunch.
gone last
Fuck,
weekend,
there's no
so it's been like
fucking
2
lunch
weeks.
without dick. You got to work that appetite up and shit. What time did you pick her up?
We went to the gym at 11, and then we went and had
Lunch.
lunch. Yeah.
And then you went home and gave her the fucking juice stick of death.
Yeah.
Look at you, dirty bastard.
That was fun.
Was the monkey all dirty and shit?
No, we took a
Did it have
shower.
some wank to it.
No, we took showers.
You made her take a shower?
I didn't make her. She.
No, you told her you should have ate that ass with the fucking little wank to it, the little elliptical fucking wank to it. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think I should do? There's this really big girl that just started coming to the gym, and she was on the elliptical, and like she had a hoodie on, and I could see like she was dying, and I was gonna go up and do what someone did for me, like say, "Nice job you're doing," but like I felt weird. Do you ever go and talk to somebody at the gym, like if you saw a bigger person?
I smile.
That's it.
Sometimes a wink is as good as a nod to a blind horse. No, you smile. Sometimes people are embarrassed.
Yeah.
Sometimes people.
I don't want to embarrass her.
But if you see her a couple times, then say something. Wait till she's there 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay.
Maybe she quits. Then fuck her. But if you see her 2 or 3 weeks, go up to her and say, "You're a bad motherfucker. I see you. If I wasn't fucking hooked up, I'd bite that fucking leg." Look at it hanging over the fucking pant. What?
There was Zumba today at the gym.
Come on.
Oh my God, they were going crazy. It was like a bunch of middle-aged Mexican women,
11
and they were
o'clock.
doing the.
They go fucking bananas.
Oh.
Mexicans love Zumba.
I told Paul we should do it, and I think they have a weekend Zumba class.
I tell you what, I went to Tuesday mornings if I don't have anything. Terry drops Mercy off at school, and then I meet her at the Y during yoga class. I wave at her. She's in yoga class, and I go do my little workout.
Right.
And then she goes to Zumba class, and I had my earphones on, so I couldn't really hear what the fuck she was doing. You know, I couldn't really hear nothing. I was hearing my own music.
Right.
And something happened. I went to drink water, and I could hear her Zumba class. It was alive. It's not Zumba. It's like hip-hop with Zumba.
Right.
Tell you what, man, my wife goes twice a week. She's already lost like 8 pounds in 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they don't fuck around in there. They don't fuck around. You know, that burns a lot of calories,
It
supposedly.
has to, yeah.
You should go in there and Zumba. Take a star of death.
Oh my God, no.
And Zumba, you'll fucking Zumba your way into fucking skinniness. I'll even take a Zumba with you. We'll go in there, play a little fucking hip hop, jump up and down.
We should set these
And then,
cameras up.
and then after we work out, I take her to lunch. So it's nice. We go for a healthy lunch. It's fucking
That's what we
great,
did
man.
today. Yeah.
Nice little Tuesday afternoon date before I go to fucking Cleveland tomorrow. I'm excited about going to Cleveland. The only thing is already people hitting me up about going to get pastrami on Friday and going to get corned beef. I can't eat fucking shit during Lent on fucking Fridays. I got to stick to seafood.
Oh, you do that? What are you giving up for Lent?
I gave up pasta and white bread,
That's
which
tough.
I had to give up anyway.
Yeah.
I just put whole wheat and I don't taste the difference.
Yeah, you were saying there's a lot of carbs in it? Because I had it
It's-
last night. I didn't know there were a lot.
Just as many as whole wheat, but the whole wheat has more fiber. You know, the pasta just sits in your fucking stomach at night. The whole wheat at least pushes that fucking, all that dead stuff out of your moufleur.
I took some good mushroom poops, apparently.
Yeah, you don't want to eat. We should eat a little piece of mushroom. What do you think?
Well,
Out of respect.
I would, but I'm worried because I'm feeling the star right now. Do you think it's a waste?
Fuck no. You feel a
Because
star.
I didn't feel the star on Monday.
You didn't?
No.
So you went home and you didn't eat?
I ate, but
What'd you eat?
not that much.
That's the star. If you ate, that's the star.
You don't get hungry on mushrooms?
Fuck no. You put some coffee on this motherfucker. Forget about a little coffee drink. Smoke a few cigarettes. Forget. They can't stop the flying Jew.
It was so cool. It was
I know,
fun.
it's nice. Mushrooms are very nice. This kid knew what he was fucking doing. He really did, and I loved him. He had a beautiful I had a great time talking to him. I gave him some hard candies. I know his name. I just don't want to rat him out. I love him to death. So
It's weird how much like
if he's listening,
drug education works. Because like I always thought mushrooms was like I would never do mushrooms or acid, and I had more fun on mushrooms than I do on these edibles.
please. That's what those mushrooms are for, dog. And you didn't put no music on.
No, I watched Gabriel's special.
See, we should have got stoned to the gazills and
We
taken
did.
you home and turned the lights off.
Oh,
And we could have listened to Pink Floyd fucking Animals from beginning to end. You would have been a different man. Once I put the lights on, an hour later, you just would have been sitting there going, I got it. Mission fucking completed, chubby. What's up, Lee, with your little Ninja Turtle shirt on
yeah,
and shit?
I like the Ninja Turtles. No, I'm feeling good. I don't know, man. I'm really fucking high.
Are you really? Good.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be high. It's Wednesday. It's a beautiful fucking Wednesday. Everybody's freezing. Everybody's living like a fucking Eskimo. I got a pair of shorts on, a white t-shirt on with holes in it. Who's better than me? It's fucking 70 degrees out there.
It's great. Have you been to Cleveland before? The only
Yeah,
time I
yeah,
just drove
yeah,
through
yeah.
once.
A lot of Puerto Ricans in Cleveland.
Really?
One of the biggest Puerto Rican communities in the fucking country, bigger than the Bronx. Because during the 60s, the 50s, or 40s, I don't know, somebody correct me, a lot of the car dealers were there, the car manufacturers were there.
Okay.
So they went down to Puerto Rico to recruit. So it's got I didn't know. One time I was at the Cleveland Improv, maybe 1999, and that's when the calling card was big. And I walked over a couple blocks and bam, there I was in a Puerto Rican neighborhood buying a nickel bag and drinking a fucking Coco Rico. What are you, nuts or what? Dropping it and shit on a fucking
What's
Cleveland.
a Coco Rico?
It's a little coconut carbonated soda they sell in New York and the Bronx. They sell up the corner. Across the street, there's a Puerto Rican restaurant
Yeah.
called, what's it called?
Mofongo?
Mofongo. In there, they sell Coco Ricos. It's a little
Okay.
coconut carbonated water. Not bad. Puerto Ricans drink it up in the Bronx. I used to get in the bottle, rub it on your fucking face if you have a little cut or something. Just teasing. It's just fucking coconut soda. It's bad for you.
Okay.
But it's not bad. But yeah, it's got a nice Puerto Rican neighborhood. They got a nice pastrami place where people stand online on Friday. I've been there a couple times.
Have you ever been to
Corned beef.
a Browns game? It seems like it'd be really fun.
No, I went to Orioles game one
Oh,
time.
Orioles is Baltimore.
Baltimore, whoever fuck plays in
Cleveland Indians.
Indian game, because my friend used to be married her brother to what's his name's sister, the shortstop, the really good shortstops in the late '90s. So when I went one time, I went on his tickets. I went to a couple places. I like Cleveland.
Yeah, they seem like
It's a blue collar, real fucking city, man.
Yeah.
That's where I belong. I'm excited. I don't give a fuck. I haven't been. Last time I was there was right after the Longest Yard, and I ate dick.
Really?
I ate dick at the Improv for a week. I ate shit.
Was it just people thinking you were gonna do the Longest Yard stuff?
What do you do from the Longest Yard? What do you want me to do? I'm gonna take me fucking getting hit by fucking football players?
I don't know.
No, I don't know what they thought. I just didn't really
okay.
have it together. I was still doing a lot of blow. I really didn't even know about headlining. I was just going up there and doing what I thought a headliner did. I mean, now I'm starting to finally get the fucking deal of it after 20 years, but I didn't really grasp it
Yeah.
until I took that 1 year and I went to see a bunch of headliners do their stuff. And Greg Giraldo and Patrice O'Neill, there was a couple guys that I watched do their hour. And not on a cable either, live.
Okay.
And I really learned how to headline. You know, there's some guys that really, really headline. And it's very interesting when you see a feature act and a headliner. There's times you go see a guy that's supposed to be headlining, and that was me in 2005. I was headlining the show, but I was not a headliner. There's a big fucking difference. I was a glorified feature act. I wasn't a black belt. I was a glorified purple belt.
Oh, okay.
But now I can headline with fucking, now I know how to do it. There's beats, there's sections, you know, the check comes, there's different things. A lot of guys don't like when the check gets dropped
Yeah.
because it takes your attention. I love that shit. I love running right through that shit. So everybody has their different taste, but I learned how to headline, you know.
Right.
I always run into comics and they tell me how they headline, and I look at them and I'm happy for them. And I'm hoping that they're learning. That's what they should be telling me. Hey man, I got a headlining gig, but I'm really learning how to headline. Rogan's a phenomenal headliner. A lot of people are great headliners, you know, and that's why you pay $35 because they're fucking headliners, you know. You pay $20 for me because I'm a middle of the road type of motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'll still rock your world. I'll put a finger up your ass. I'll do it all. But what was I say to you? You know, I had a conversation with a few people on Facebook. I made some statements on Facebook.
About what?
When I was about 19, I knew these dudes, and they hijacked trucks. All right, I knew one of the guys, and he's in jail. He's probably out by now. I knew a chick that he'd call her. He used to pay her $1,000 a month to call her and talk dirty to him on the phone from jail, this kid, right? But anyway, I knew these guys, and they hijacked truck. And one time they took me to hijack a truck. And the one time I went, the cops came and asked me questions and shit. They hijacked a truck in Jersey. I was a young man. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even know what hijacking was, guys. So, you know. But he got arrested about 6 months later. And I was very happy that I wasn't hanging out with him. You know, I just knew him from high school. And he got arrested. And one day I get a call if I could help out with a plan they had. How was my driving? Did I have any points on my license? Would I be interested in driving with them? They were doing something. And I asked what they were doing, and they said they were going to break this particular guy, Georgie, out of the fucking jail. But they were going to break him out through going to the hospital. So what he would do was he would tell the hospital staff he had heart problems. And then when he'd get to the hospital, he'd get permission to call the attorney, to call his family, to tell him what was going on. The attorney would call his friends and say what hospital he was at. And they'd stake out the route. So he kept doing that, and I was getting wind because one of my friends was going to bust him out of fucking jail. This is how crazy this is.
And you're like, yeah, let me drive
I forgot
you?
all about this till about, a week ago.
Oh, my God.
So everybody, Suge Knight keeps getting these fake heart attacks and all these things, and that's what Suge Knight is doing.
Oh.
So what you do is you go to the hospital and you fucking plan the route because he knows he's going to do life. He knows he's going to do life. Suge Knight is that crazy. Whatever. Let's say Suge Knight has $1 million in the bank. He's offering somebody right now $250,000 to bail him out, to pay him out, like to pay him out. So what you do is you go to the hospital. You get to the hospital. You call your attorney, and then tell your attorney what hospital you're in. So after like 2 or 3 times, the people who are going to break you out see the root of how the fuck. This is how crazy Suge Knight is. I'm telling you guys, he ain't got no fucking problems.
You might be calling it right now.
I'm calling you guys right now. I'm telling you right now, dog. You got to listen. I've always told you motherfuckers that there's people who think they're criminals and there's motherfucking criminals. And I see it coming a mile a fucking way. I may not know about how the moon or the stars, and I may not know about animals and fucking galaxies and Buddhism, but I see a fucking, I know a rat when I fucking see one, okay? I don't know much about life, I'm telling you, but there's a certain fucking walk and talk that people do that leads you to keep watching them. And that's all he's doing right now. So they would get to the hospital, call the fucking attorney, tell him, and they would get the path back to see. What happened with this situation with my buddy was they were taking him to different hospitals. So you really couldn't get the root down. And then one time he went, but the guys fell. I don't know what the fuck happened. So just to let people know at home, sometimes see shit for what. Now he's claiming that he's blind.
He is.
I don't fucking know. I don't believe. Listen, Suge Knight is a desperate man, and people who are desperate do desperate fucking things. So you smell it. You see the steps, people. You break the motherfucker down, and then you fucking take a guess at what he's gonna do. And then you see him putting the pieces together, and boom, that's what he's gonna fucking do. What do you think you're dealing with, guys? Some fucking novice? You think I'd have a podcast with the Flying Jew if I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about? Come on. Again, I don't know a lot of things. I don't know about chemistry. I don't know about geometry, but I know how to put a move together. You understand me? From fucking scratch all the way to the end.
It's like a different version of that song from Animal House.
What's that, brother?
Like, I don't know much about dun dun dun. Like, someone should remix that, but with what you just said.
Put your head back down, Lee.
I don't know much.
It's time for you to eat a mushroom. You want a mushroom or not? You want a little piece? No? What the fuck? It's a Wednesday. It's a beautiful day to be alive. You're lucky I don't have plans tonight. If not, we beating these fucking, the whole thing this time. We go deep.
How much did I have in, like, numbers? Do you know?
You had a quarter. I gave you a quarter of that. I ate the whole thing, and the other piece fell on the floor. The other piece should be on the fucking floor. What's around here? Something
like a quarter of a gram, or just
no? Look how small they are. They're very fucking small.
Because I've always heard like it comes in grams.
Right, it comes in grams and eighths, but I don't know how he broke it into. It's just a little fucking ball right there. Yeah. It's like one of the cat foods. It looks like one of Demi's cat balls.
Are you sure that's not somebody's like gum they spit out in a wrapper?
No, it's not. I could tell what it fucking looks like. I've been doing this shit for years. You know how I knew? The wrapper. The wrapper is how I noticed. That's a unique wrapper. They don't make these no more. This is wax paper. This is old school. Nobody puts their shit in wax. I remember when Blow used to come in fucking wax paper.
Really?
Yeah. Come on, guy. Who the fuck? Anyway, that's where we're at. So don't believe the Suge Knight thing. That dumb motherfucker is trying to break out of one of those fucking L.A. County hospitals and shit. And he's probably going to try it.
Do you think it's publicity for the movie? Or do you think he's really just...
What movie? That's not his movie.
He's not, but he was on it, wasn't he?
No, that's not his movie. That's the other guy's. He was on the set of the film, hanging out like a big guy.
Oh, okay. I thought it was part of it. I thought he was part of it.
No, what? Him running over somebody? You think that's publicity? That motherfucker's dead. That's murder where I come from, Lee. That's past fucking. That's a little too past for fucking publicity. Running over somebody. That means you mean it. You know. You smack a reporter or something, or throw the camera on like Burt Reynolds did in The Longest Yard. You're 80, you're going to push a fucking reporter. What's the matter with you? What publicity? There's no fucking publicity, you fucking dummy. You smacked the fucking reporter. You know publicity? He means he's going to jail for life. That's it. He was on parole or probation.
That's for the Cat Williams thing?
For everything. For fucking everything he's done. Karma's a motherfucker, Lee. He knew Tupac was getting killed. He set that up. He killed that man. He killed that little fucking black kid in cold blood, man. That little kid didn't deserve that. He shot that boy in cold blood. And he's the one that set up the fucking robbery in New York to make it look like it was fucking Biggie Smalls and those guys. Come on, man. Fucking shame. Fucking shame. And that's what happens. That difference between being a criminal and trying to be a cute criminal. There's always people who try to be just a little fucking cuter than you. And those people always end up in the wrong side. Listen, if you're going to be a fucking criminal, there's a certain honor amongst thieves. You know, there's a certain fucking honor amongst thieves. You can't be robbing the thieves. That's why I got caught in the kidnapping. Because I tried to be fucking cute. Same thing. I know when somebody's trying to be fucking cute, you know?
Right.
What do you think, cocksucker?
I'm not thinking much right now.
What are you going to eat tonight? That's not strong. I gave you 25
No, God damn it, they're 125 milligrams. You
said
it on the fighter and the kid. And I've seen all the rappers.
No.
You said yesterday they were putting fake stickers on.
I put fake stickers on there to fucking scare people, to scare fucking Gentiles. But you're my brother. Why would I give you 125 fucking milligrams?
Because you like seeing what happens?
No.
Do you see that thing someone put up to us on Facebook? That like San Antonio Police Department got those. Like they like found a shipment on a train, and they said they were trying to market it to kids.
Who?
They're gummies, like the San Antonio Police Department. The Anarchy gummies.
Listen, Anarchy Gummy, that guy's gonna. This edible is so fucking tremendous.
Oh, I know, but
peanut butter cookies are
I was saying
fucking
how
great.
stupid they were.
The fucking brownies fucking tremendous. The Rice Krispie treat is tremendous. You don't need to give the fucking kids.
No. I was saying how stupid the police department was.
Yeah, well, San Antonio, they're sitting there waiting for something to fucking happen. Last thing that happened there was the Alamo. That's the last action that happened there. What the fuck? So they find this shit. Oh, they're peddling at the kids. Nobody's peddling at the kids. Peddling at the kids is when you give an edible to an elephant or a fucking a ninja turtle. If you got a ninja turtle eating a fucking Star of Death, then you're peddling at the fucking kids. You're peddling that shit to adults. There's nothing about kids on there. It even says, let me tell you what it says right here. See? It says 25 milligrams THC.
125 milligrams.
It says 75 milligrams THC per package.
125.
Keep refrigerated. Sugar, gelatin, food, color, flavoring, cannabis oil. Home of the Red Star candies since 2007. All right. Then it says warnings. Keep out of reach of kids. These little dumb fucks will die. No, it says cannabis edibles may cause drowsiness. Alcohol may intensify the effect. Do not drive or operate heavy machinery in compliance with California Prop 315, whatever. Not for resale. So I couldn't resell it to you. You see? No, dog. These are good people. All they're trying to do, man, is get their product out.
They make really good edibles.
Yeah, they fucking do. Yeah, they do. But listen. For some reason, I've always lucked out and got really good edibles. I don't eat nothing that's cactus. You know that. Yeah. I got the fucking Bang. I got the this, Chiba Chew, the cookies and the little chocolates, which I got some today.
Okay. For
the plane ride tomorrow. I'm gonna drop one of those fucking brownies on that flight. I'm gonna close my eyes.
Were you high for that entire time when you were stuck there for 9 hours?
I dropped 3 stars. That morning. I had 3 stars left. I didn't know. And I dropped them.
What did you do for the 9 hours?
I got to the airport and I was okay. I had some breakfast. I had some oatmeal. And then I dropped the first 2 stars. Because I had a funny feeling the flight was going to be delayed. Not to mention I smoked some really good herb before I got in the car. So by the time I got to the airport, I was already chizzed. And then once the first delay was when I popped the 2nd star. By lunchtime, I was gone. But then I found Ricky Rothman, who's the drummer for Poison.
Okay.
He's good friends with Eddie Bravo and Salami. He's a jiu-jitsu guy. He trains at Street Sports in Santa Monica. And I told him it was the anniversary. I go, I don't know if we met before. I go, no, we met before. But I don't know if you remember me. I just want to say hello. I was with Hegan's workshop that time. And he remembered. And we talked until the plane came. And then we even talked on the plane. I got upgraded. He got upgraded. And we just made the afternoon go by a little easier. There was a pregnant chick we sat with that was really cute.
But you weren't really freaking out being so high?
Not at all. Why? Listen, there's nothing. 20 years ago, who were you going to get mad at? The snow, the tire? Who am I going to get mad at?
No, not mad at, but you were so high.
That's perfect. At least I'm not straight in the fucking airport walking around like the rest of these fucking zombies. I'd rather be gazilled in an airport. Prepared. You got to be prepared. And I was prepared. They told me it was going to snow on fucking Sunday. I said, you know what? What if I get stuck in a hotel room? I got no reefer. I got no edible. It's okay. You get stuck in an edible. You get stuck in a hotel room, but no reefer and edible. That's impossible.
How could you survive?
So I saved it for the Lord's Day, and there you have it. I'm very happy I did. I could have been a fucking gavone.
You don't get nervous around TSA people?
No. Why should I get nervous? I'm just fucking taking care of myself. I'm not bothering nobody. I just get a little high before I get there. It's not like I'm at the airport giving out stars and yum-yums to fucking, which would be perfect, because...
That'd be fun.
Let me give some shout-outs here. That would be fucking fun, man. But no. You got to be prepared when you fly. A lot of people are never fucking prepared. Then they get pissed off. I got the book. I got the computer. I got the sleep apnea machine. I put the mask right on the fucking seat now. I found the plug now. It's over. I don't fuck around. Sometimes I get on a plane. I'm so fucking stoned I can't do nothing. I got to sit there like a mook. Now, no, it's over. I go upstairs. I take the mask out. I plug it in. It's over. It's nappy nunu time for about an hour and a half now. I'm going to sleep tomorrow morning fucking too. I'm going to get zilled before that car comes tomorrow morning. By the time I get to the airport, I'll be on fire like Madonna in 84. Boom! Cleveland, here I fucking come. No drama sales, motherfuckers. I want to give a shout out to the impeccable G. I love you. Mikey Armstrong. Chung Kennedy, you bad motherfucking Asian. Brandy Lynn, who loves you more than Uncle Joey. Luke Miller, Jordan Stevens, Oscar Morales, and Sandman, a.k.a. Andy, you bad motherfucker. You. Who's better than you guys? You know what I'm saying? The fuck? Why are you looking at me all weird like, you know?
No, I forgot to give you credit. Doing that $30 upgrade on Virgin made such a difference. It was so cool because I got priority through security, and then I was in row 4, so I got off the plane in no time. It was totally worth $30.
Who takes care of you like Uncle Joe? I'm gonna give you bad information. Listen, sometimes I may appear like a fucking bad guy, you know, when I talk to Lee. I love Lee like a fucking son. And I don't want Lee to, you know, you gotta fucking get into it. I want Lee to live his fucking... I was telling D'Agostino last night. D'Agostino went to the store with me. And after my long day yesterday, I told D'Agostino that I get really frustrated sometimes with you and him. And a lot of the young men that age. Because sometimes I think like even me with you, sometimes I think like I'm holding you back. Like
Why?
I don't know. Like at 26, I want you motherfuckers to do it all. At 26, if I could do it all over again, I would do it all. I would try it all. I don't ever want you guys not to try it all. That's all you owe yourself. You really do. You really fucking do. If I could do it all over again, do you have any fucking idea? If I could make a list now of all the things I wanted to do, all the things I wanted to try. I never learned how to play the guitar. I never fucking did this. I never surfed, you know. I never did a lot of fucking things. I would try all those things, you know. Anybody could fall in love. Any fucking idiot could get a girlfriend or a boyfriend. But to really fucking do what the fuck you want to do, you know. And I told D'Agostino, like when I was talking to Veneria yesterday in the morning, I thought about how crazy our lives were. You know, there was no sleep. And it wasn't about drugs. It was just about, we were that close to New York. It was, I don't know what it was, but we were inseparable. I was always with somebody. We were always going somewhere, you know. We didn't have any money. I had a couple $100 from selling pills or something. I didn't have thousands or nothing like that. You had $150 and you did things, you know. And I'm saying I didn't do all those things. I didn't do them. I wish I was fucking 26. I sit down and make a fucking list, man. And say, these are the things I'm going to try by the time I'm 32. And then when I'm 32, this is my other list, you know? And do like 2 things a fucking year that you really wanted to do, you know?
I understand. I see what you're saying.
Sometimes I feel bad. And I told D'Agostino, I go, you know, I wanted to run a restaurant. I wanted to do a lot of fucking things, you know, that I didn't try. That because I was too caught up in drugs and stupidity and being a dumb fucking criminal that I wish I could have had the experience to do. You know, I was watching, the other day I was going through the channels and Grudge Match was on. It was at the end, and Stallone went to eat, and he saw the black guy they fired. And he goes, what are you doing here? And he goes, man, I always wanted to be a waiter. What a better time to try. You know, people lose their jobs or they think it's the end of the world. No, that's the universe telling you this is the time to try what the fuck you want to do, regardless of what anybody fucking thinks of you.
Right.
Or regardless of how you live. Just prepare yourself. If I was a young, like I told D'Agostino went out and got himself another girlfriend. I love her. She's a great kid. But if you really want to get into comedy, I told D'Agostino, you should have came to my house and go, here's $100 a month. I'm going to fucking live in your closet when I'm in town. I'm going to put my shit here. I'm going to live in your fucking closet. And I'm going to go out there and enjoy comedy and travel and fucking meet people and get in the car. If I was 26 and I wanted to be a comedian, I'd get just the right amount of car, like I did for a little while, like Stanhope. Everybody wants to wonder why Stanhope was so good. Because he got in the car, he filled it with everything he would need, from granola bars to foot warmers to a toenail cutter to a pillow, and he got on the road and he went and lived his fucking dream. That's it. There was nothing holding that fucking savage back. Nothing. And I tried to duplicate that for a while. I didn't know that's what you had to do, but I figured in my mind that's what you had to do. You had to commit and sleep in your car and see what you go through. Nobody wants to go through that fucking nightmare. But I figured the quicker I did it, the quicker I'd get out of that zone. I lived in my car for like 4 or 5 years. It happens, 3 years.
That's why I'm doing this now. I've thought about that because I keep getting asked now if I'm going to propose to Paula, and it's not that I want to be with anybody else, but it's just I feel like if I'm going to do this, I couldn't do it if I was married or had a kid, or it'd be harder to. So that's one of the reasons.
Paula's a good lady. Paula's got how much longer in school?
A year and a half.
A year and a half, and then another year of fucking working under somebody taking shit. That's 2.5 years before Paul is even going to see daylight. You know what? What's she going to do with you anyway? What's she going to do with you for the first year out of college? You're going to be working 80 hours. She might as well be staying at her mother's house. Seriously. Listen, if you're in love and you're going to get married at 25 or 26, I want you to be in love. Don't get married because you think you got to get married. Marriage could be any time.
I'm not anywhere near ready for that.
You can marry a motherfucker any fucking time, and that's what, hey, it works for different people. It doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
It didn't work for me, but how much effort did I put into my fucking marriage? Not much. I was a stupid 26-year-old. I thought, all you got to do is fucking pay rent and she'll do the laundry and cook your meals. Got to put work into your fucking marriage, you know?
I'm not ready for it. And she's really cool about it. She doesn't really
No, what the
ask
fuck
me
she
for
doing?
it,
She knows. You got no time right now. You got shit to do and you got to make your way. Who wants to marry a brokester anyway?
Right.
You don't want to fucking marry her and then realize you got to go back to editing 6 days a fucking week.
Right.
Right? You want to do it and then nobody's seeing nobody. Nobody's seeing nobody. And
right.
then what? Then that's the beginning of the fucking end.
Yeah.
That's the beginning of the end. Her job is going to be minimum. Like her light week is going to be 60 hours a week.
Yeah.
Until she starts making Gitas and she could choose and pick clients and until she picks her practice. It's going to be, 60 hours a week minimum.
Yeah.
Right or wrong, minimum.
Probably.
And then once she gets going, she'll have 2 hours in the afternoon to come see Lee and give him a little something, get juice on his helmet. But until then, you're focused, man.
Right.
You're focused right now, and that's why I was telling Diaz, I'm going to talk to Lee and go for it, Lee. You want to do another podcast? That's why I told you 2 weeks ago. Didn't I not call you and say to you, what's with this fucking podcast?
Yeah.
What are you scared of?
Yeah, I was scared.
I go, put this fucking thing up.
But it's been really cool.
If it blows, it blows. Then we'll do another one. Then you do one where you playing a harmonica, singing Jew songs. I don't fucking know. But you're never going to know until you fucking try. It's so weird. It's so weird that we all do the same shit. I do the same shit all the time. But until you try, hey, I don't know. I don't like selling shirts after a fucking show.
Right.
I really don't. My wife is the one that says, take the shirts out. People want to buy them. They want to talk to you. How about I just talk to people, without selling the shirts and just avoid that uncomfortable fucking feeling,
Right.
But then people bitch at me. You didn't bring nothing, There's just so many fucking things that, I don't know. I wish I would have done more things, Lee, is what I'm saying. I'm just as high as you, Don't think that you're getting away with murder. You're looking at me going, Joey ain't high.
No, you're high.
I had 2 stars. I smoked a joint of some sativa before. That was tremendous.
No, I think about it too. Sometimes I think maybe I should have taken some time off and traveled after college, or
to do what?
I don't know.
To do what? You did go to Israel.
No, I went during school, but I've never been to Europe or anything.
Who cares?
I don't know.
What do you want to do? You want ISIS to capture you and chop your little Jew head off? Then you're on TV crying like a bitch.
I would never go where ISIS is.
Stay right here, mind your business.
No, I'm glad I did it. I graduated early from college so I could come out and work. I was just so sick of being in school. But then sometimes people talk like they had a really fun time at college. It would be fun. I don't know. Sometimes I think about that.
College wasn't that type of experience for you?
No.
Where'd you live, Lee?
I lived in Boston.
In a dorm?
For 1 semester, and my roommate was terrible. So then I moved. I lived in the Italian section in the North End for 2 years. And then for my last semester, I lived over by Fenway.
By yourself?
No. Always with roommates.
And you got along with everybody?
No. A couple roommates I had were friends first, and that always sucked. When I had a roommate that I met on Craigslist, that was cool, because there wasn't any pressure. So but no, it was. If I was looking back on it, I might have gone to Drexel, in Philly. They really wanted me to come. They took me on a tour, and they gave me a lot more financial aid than Emerson did. But Emerson was a better school. But since I went in Boston, I had a lot of friends from my hometown that were at other schools, so I didn't really hang out with any Emerson kids. I have no Emerson. I have no college friends. I just went there and did the classes and got out in 3
I
years.
had no friends either, Lee. I didn't feel bad. When I was going to see you, I had one friend. Yeah. Big chubby English guy that was there. He sold Nissans with Mike Kessler. And we had some of the same classes because there was a night class thing.
Right.
Those are the class. That's how I got to CU. First I went to Colorado Mountain College. Then I went to their continuing ed program at CU off campus across the street. And I got to meet a lot of cool people. In fact, there were football players taking some of those. Some of those classes at night, a couple of those classes, conditioning and health, and I met a couple of those guys, U.S. history and shit. So I never had a college life, and I regretted it. Matt Mitrione was at the store last night.
Oh, that was cool.
And when I got off, we were talking about athletics, and we were talking about college sports and how college is the purest form of athleticism there is. And yeah, they rob the athlete, but before all that, it's as pure as can be because you're not getting paid. You're taking classes. And yeah, there's scams or whatever, but to me, Lee, comedy was something that I found second. My dream was like being a lawyer or a basketball player, but my real dream was playing an NCAA final championship game of any magnitude. I didn't care whether it was football, basketball. I mean, I was hoping it was basketball. That was my dream. To come out on a basketball court as a sophomore and start in the national championship on a fucking Monday night and they announce what town you're from, that's a beautiful fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? How high are you, cocksucker? Snap out of it.
I'm really high.
Look
no,
at you.
I'm listening.
That's what I really wanted to do. What was your first choice, cocklicker?
It was Emerson. I applied to NYU, but I didn't get in.
So wait a second. Your first choice for life, not fucking Emerson. What was your first choice for life?
For what?
Besides this editing shit, what did you really, 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 really want to do? If you really wanted to do something when you were 10, and then you realized you were too short, what did you want to be in a rock band with long hair?
No, the only thing I can remember. I mean, I fantasized about like cool sports plays, but never me being an athlete. It was more of like me playing with my friends. But I guess like the thing when I was young was a veterinarian. I wanted to be a vet, but I was too. I don't think I could like hurt an animal. That freaked me out to like have to like do surgery. So, but I never really had like a dream like, oh, I want to be, like I want to score the winning basket of an NBA game or anything.
No, for me it wasn't anything about baskets. It was just starting. I didn't want to be MVP. I just wanted to be a part of something that big. I thought it was just a beautiful thing to be involved in something like that, to live your life and play college football, and then, like what Andre Carter spoke about. It's just going in the first round, and that's a beautiful fucking story. Like things like that. I always liked that. Anyway, let me wrap this motherfucker up. Get you out of here. You go and get a little fucking sandwich or something, a Subway. I know you're sitting over there.
There's no Subway allowed.
That's what you were thinking about. You were looking at me going, oh, I'm going to go to Subway.
No, I get shit when I go to Subway now.
No, I know you always go to Subway.
I don't go
That's
to
your
Subway.
favorite. You couldn't fucking live without Subway. You couldn't live without that turkey, whatever the fuck you eat with that petrified fucking bacon they put on that thing. That's bacon from a raccoon's back. You ever look at that fucking thing? It all looks the same. It's a piece of like
I've never
meat
got
from a
bacon
raccoon,
there.
and they spray paint it with like they graffiti it with like.
That sounds terrible.
Anyway, instead of eating fucking all that shit, you could be going to Onnit right now. Onnit.com for all your health needs. Who needs a fucking turkey fake fucking cold cut sandwich where you could eat on it? When you could have the hemp force protein or the IT, the testosterone booster. Onnit don't fuck around. Onnit makes, in fact, I shouldn't. No. Anyway, Onnit don't fuck around. They just did this study. Onnit is on a fucking roll. And in time, you'll find out why. I'm just not a Crime Stop. I'm not whatever to dispose of this fucking information. What I'm trying to tell you is be healthy. Get your mind focused. Get everything going right. Start with Alpha Brain. Go to Onnit.com. Go to Alpha Brain. It's tested. It's proven. Plus, got a money-back guarantee. It's a natural nootropic. Okay, I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Nootropic, I think.
Whatever the fuck it is. Wikipedia. I'm not here to break it down for you, cocksucker. What I'm trying to tell you is I'm trying to help you. And I'm going to save you 10% off if you go to Onnit right now. And after you order, go to the box and press in.
Church.
And get 10% off. 10% off your order. All right? Try the Shroom Tech, man. Try the Shroom Tech Sport. The reason why Zach was calling me was because I got him a Shroom Tech Sport the other day. And he loves that shit for jiu-jitsu. I'm not kidding you guys. Go to onit.com right now. Give it a shot. Give it a try. What the fuck you have to lose? Money back guarantee on the Alpha Brain. If you don't think if you like the Alpha Brain, then get the Shroom Tech and the Hemp Force Protein. They'll put a fucking hem in your skirt. Listen, you're sitting there with those disgusting underwear on.
Wait. You press church and on it, and you get 10% off.
Church and on it. Get 10% off. I told him that in the beginning, cocksucker. Yes, I did. Number 2, MeUndies. As good as it fucking gets. I got a pair on. I wore them to fucking jiu-jitsu Monday. I love MeUndies. They're tight, they're warm, they keep everything dry. It's a special material. It keeps your nutsack tight. Nobody's popping out. None of that shit. It's smooth. You ever put under those cotton white things on and you fucking, they flip up on top and your belt? Fuck all that shit. MeUndies fits tight, tremendous. You understand me? And the freaks love it. You show up with MeUndies on with that bulge in the front. Your nutsack is out in front of you 3 inches. Women go fucking bananas. On top of everything, MeUndies is giving you how much percent off? 20% off this order. And they also got women's fucking sharpness. Why are you sitting there with skid marks in your fucking underwear? You could be fucking wearing MeUndies right now, living and slinging dick like a doctor. Go to MeUndies right now and press in.
Joey.
Oh shit, Joey in the box. And what do they get, Lee?
20% off.
20 fucking percent off.
And free shipping.
And free shipping to the United States and Canada.
That's right.
Correcto fucking mundo. Go to MeUndies.com and press in.
Joey.
Boom! 20% off. Why am I going to stop there? I'm going to throw heat at you all fucking weekend.
Don't stop.
Last night I stayed home and I watched one of the fucking movies on
Iron Dragon TV.
Shit. Let me tell you something. Classic kung fu films will just do something to you. They take you back. Sometimes you get a fucking tremendous one. Sometimes you get one that you see the strings. No matter what, you get a great laugh. This is what I'm saying to you. Go to IronDragon.com. Whether you're a classic martial arts buff or you just want to get started, this is the way to do it. This guy's only competition is nobody. He's doing something that nobody else is doing because he got in 4K motherfucking technology. And he's adding stuff every day. It's just not martial art films. It's fucking honor films and instructional films. It is a tremendous channel. A Roku channel. Go to IronDragonTV.com right now and press in.
Joey.
Get 2 free fucking classic kung fu films. I ain't fucking with you. Number 4. I'll tell you what. I'm trying to help you guys out, but the last one is on me. It's free. Go to naturebox.com right now. The snacks, nutritious, delicious. They taste good. They come packaged. You can reseal them. You don't ever have to go to that fucking vending machine and eat those fucking hydrocortisone fucking potato chips. You're swollen and shit, floating around like a fucking mamaluca. Yeah, you don't need that shit. Go to naturebox.com right now. You can pick 5 free bags and you get free shipping sent to the house. No, correct me. It's $1.97. Oh, Jesus, you're getting a free fucking box. You got to pay $1.97.
Less than gas
and
now.
you're still fucking bitching. You're like the fucking fat lady with the arm under her armpit is bitching because she got no fucking bread. So go fuck yourself. Go to naturebox.com right now. Those snacks are tremendous when you're sitting there at night. Those sesame sticks, the chocolate bomb, the plantains. I mean, they have a selection that is fucking superb. And they keep adding shit every fucking week. And the beauty of it, they're going to send you 5 bags, 2 big ones, 3 little ones, straight to your house, gratis for the first time, just to let you know what they got. Who does that? When was the last time you went and bought weed, they gave you a joint until you come back? When was the last time you went and got your dick sucked and somebody sucked it and said, come back and pay me later? Nobody does that. This is to show you the confidence in their product. Go to naturebox.com and press in.
Joey.
Boom! And get your free fucking sample box sent directly to your house. So you got On It, MeUndies, Iron Dragon TV, and naturebox.com. Who's better than you, Lee Syatt?
Nobody.
That's what I'm saying to you motherfuckers. Like I said, this week I'll be in Cleveland at Hilarities. Tomorrow night, Friday night, 2 shows. Saturday, 2 shows. Come out. We're going to fucking laugh. I'm trying to add some new material. I'm going to be taping my special Memorial Day weekend at the South Point Casino. 3 nights of death, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Really?
Yeah. And then next week I'm in Sacramento at the Punchline. Then I got a month off. I'm at home. But next week I'm in Sacramento. You motherfucking bad animals. We'll be smoking up there, right in that hallway there. You know how we do it. We get fucking stoned to the gills. You were there last time. How much?
I never went to Sacramento.
Yes, you did, didn't you? Oh,
San Jose.
San Jose. Okay. You might have to go to Sacramento if you're a good boy, cocksucker.
Okay.
You put some gel on your hair. Do eat this mushroom ball. I love you guys. To everybody who watches the show, thank you very much for watching the afternoon. Our guest canceled today at the last minute. He got stuck at the airport. Fuck him. Maybe he'll do it next week. No, I love the guy anyway. I love you guys. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend and see you Monday with a tremendous fucking show next week. Stay black.
Now that the show's over, don't forget to go to naturebox.com and sign up to get your free sampler box of great tasting healthy snacks. Forget the vending machine and start snacking smarter with delicious treats like barbecue kettle kernels. Go to naturebox.com/Joey. That's naturebox.com/Joey. Hold on. What do you say about the kettle kernels?
Those kettle kernels are delicious.
Yes, they are. Go to MeUndies.com and go to MeUndies.com/Joey, and you're gonna get 20% off of your first order of men's and women's underwear, and they have boy shorts for the women that apparently make them look very hot. And then when you go to MeUndies.com/Joey, you're gonna get 20% off and free shipping in the United States and Canada. Go to Onnit.com and use code word church to get 10% off all their optimization products. And go to IronDragonTV.com and use code word Joey to get two free rentals.